Alrighty, we've got the next one. Rachel asks Jay, where is it most important to place your keywords and phrases? So this is kind of the question gets right to the heart of on page. So these are the elements that exist on the actual page itself. In general, if you use like WordPress or a lot of these things, they'll often put them in the right format. Not always, but generally it does simplify things. But if you're writing the code yourself, or if you're getting a web designer, making sure they put them in the right place is a great idea. Okay, first of all, I'll rattle through them really quickly, and then I'll break them down first. So meta title, so put it in the header in the title, in the meta description, in the name of the file or the URL. So an example could be body piercing, body-piercing / belly button ring. Button ring could be like the name of the file .html. So then that way you're putting it into the actual place of the actual site itself. I place it on the text, in the body of the text. So you place it in the heading. So there's H1 tags. It's a particular type of heading. And they don't have to look a particular way. They can look exactly however it is you want them to look. But putting a smattering of H1, H2, H3, and so on type headings, they will be given a lot more precedence than other types of code or text on the page. Then we go strong as a title, and that's like bold. The old code, I think you used to call it bold, and then italics is another one that's in the old version of code, and now you use emphasis, EM. So you're putting them in the bold or the italics versions, which is the code is strong or emphasis. Where else do you put it? You put it in the text high up, so that when Google reads a document, they view the stuff that's at the top and the words that are at the top and the paragraphs at the top as more relevant than the paragraphs all the way down to the bottom. I think probably I think that's most of the main places that you can physically put text. We mentioned before about images, so that the name of the image, the alt text of the image, and the title. Sometimes you can do the title of the image as well, and the file name of the image. These are all things that can make an impact. So I think that's pretty much kind of summarized all of them. So I'll rattle through them again if I can remember. Title, description, heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want them in the bold and in the italics, and you want them on the images, around the images, and you also want them in the file names and in the URLs. And then I'll just finish everything that we've spoken about is how you use keywords on the actual page itself. There's also where you use the keywords off the page, so things like links to your site. The actual word that features in the actual text itself, that text is what's called the anchor text. That is pretty much one of the key indicators of what Google thinks that particular content is about. So if you're linking from another site to your site, the text that you put there is going to rate for that keyword. But with a lot of the changes that have come through with Panda and Penguin, if you over-optimize and you have too much of a particular type of text, then you're more likely to come with some penalties from Google. And I think with any of the SEO stuff, it's very important to know what you're doing, because this can be very easy to even unintentionally do things on the page that aren't quite right. And when I try and work as messy as possible, if that makes sense. So I try and think and work as if I'm not really doing it on purpose. So I won't use exactly the same words in the title, the header, the bold, and the alt text. So because otherwise it just looks you're making it far too easy for Google to spot you that you're doing naughty stuff. So that should, I hope, answer your question. Cheers.